Yeah,
Have a
can I?
seat.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. It's a little early for me,
Yeah?
but I'll get through the day.
Not an early person?
Yeah, no, that's not me at
Yeah.
all.
And tell me about this weather. It feels like to
uh,
stay
y-
home like for the whole day.
yeah, I got caught in the rain last night and I was not happy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Me too. I was at a restaurant with my dad and my grandpa,
Mhm.
and he had to, well, yeah, we got in trouble.
Yeah.
It was raining really bad.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here
No problem.
today. And this is my business card.
Okay.
Just in case you have any questions, you can call me or or email me at any time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I was referred to you by Mr. Ken Murphy.
Mhm.
And he told me, well, he was very excited whenever I told him about SEI,
Mhm.
which is a self-leadership certification
Mhm.
from the University of Houston. And I would like to start, well, asking you how's business going for you so far?
Mhm. Business is good. You know,
Mhm.
we just hit our $1 billion mark in
Oh wow.
2012, so we're
Mhm.
really excited about that. That's something that we didn't expect, but we're always striving for. And we're looking forward to having some great things happen in the future. You know, we
Mhm.
just went through a merger, so we're really excited.
Awesome. You mentioned $1 billion.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it okay if I take any notes
Oh yeah, go ahead.
sometimes
Yeah, that's fine.
today? Okay. Great. So I can have a better look
Mhm.
of everything. Okay. Great. So do you have any yearly goals?
Um, for this year,
Yeah, for this
yeah.
year. Mhm.
So we do have a few goals. You know, the big thing for us is one now that we've hit that $1 billion mark, we want to
Mhm.
focus on each store rather than on the company wide goals. So
Mhm.
one of my personal goals is to increase the sales of each store by 10%.
By 10%.
Mhm.
Great. Do you think, well, yeah, okay, well, 10%, is that including the new stores
Mhm.
from Mattress Giant?
Yeah.
I believe that was a merger.
Yeah. So
Okay.
every store that we have are our existing ones, and then
Mhm.
the ones that we just acquired with the merger.
Okay, great. What about your sales managers?
Uh huh.
What's the training they get?
They go through extensive training.
Mhm.
One of the things that we believe in is that if you're not trained properly, then you're not prepared, and we want people to be prepared and feel very, very comfortable.
Mhm.
So training is something that we take very seriously, and it's something that we think is going to help us reach those goals of increasing our sales by 10%.
Okay. So when you say increasing your sales by 10%, what's exactly the number we're talking about here for
Um,
each store? What's the normal?
mhm.
What's your goal for a month for the store you're focusing on, for
Um,
example?
so I mean, it's not one particular store;
Mhm.
it's every store.
Yeah.
Um, the average sales for a store is around about $2 million
Two
every
million
year.
dollars
Uh huh.
per year. Oh wow. And I know you'll have 11,000 stores.
Hmm.
So that's awesome. Okay. How about the merger? How's that going for you?
It's going really, really
Mhm.
good. You know, we're excited to be expanding and to reach new territories and new states that we weren't in before, that we didn't have a presence in. And then, of course, we have new people that come along with
Mhm.
that merger. So it's really exciting for us.
Okay. What about those people? Do you kept the employees from Mattress Giant?
Hmm.
Are they part of Mattress Firm
Yeah.
now? Okay. What about their have they gone through any training yet? The
Um,
managers?
no, not yet.
Not
That's
yet.
something
Mhm.
that we're looking at, is how to
Mhm.
most effectively train them.
Mhm.
But like I said, it's important to do it the right way. Just
Yeah,
because if they're
definitely.
not prepared properly, then they're not going to perform.
Right. Yeah. And you won't be able to increase that 10% that you mentioned
Mhm.
before your goal. Okay, so currently, well, now that you mentioned about your training, I would like to know a little bit more about the training you do. How long does it take?
Mhm.
And is it time consuming, money?
Mhm.
What's what is it?
So the training we do um, is a little bit different for our managers.
Mhm.
Every person goes through Mattress Firm and starts off as a salesperson, and the training they go through there is very structured. It's called our flight school, and it's a combination of online, classroom, and in-store training. But once you get to the regional and district manager
Mhm.
level, the training looks a little bit different. What we do is we have sales trainers come in and basically teach you how to manage people rather than manage a store. And that's a really important thing just because it's a higher level position. So the online classroom training is not going to be as effective as having someone, face to
Teaching
face.
you, yeah,
Exactly.
face to face. Okay. And how long does that training take for the managers?
It's a 1 week process.
1 week
Uh-huh.
process. Okay. 1 week process. And how much does this cost to the company?
Um, so for to
For
train one
yeah, the
person,
training, yeah.
I'm not sure how much it costs to train one person.
Mhm.
I do know, that we have 30 trainers throughout the company.
Mhm.
Um, but I couldn't tell you how much it costs to train an individual manager. I'm not sure.
You don't know. Okay. But how many people do you take? How many trainings do you do per year?
We do
Sessions.
100.
100 people?
Mhm.
100 people. And how, like every what?
So 100 people every year. We usually promote about 100 people to that district manager or regional manager position. Of course, with the merger, that number is going to have to increase because we've got people who are being acquired into that role instead of promoted. So we're going to have to up our training staff, and figure out how to accommodate training for those people.
Mhm. When are you planning on taking these new people from Mattress Giant to training?
As soon as possible, as soon as we figure out, how we're gonna handle the capacity, because we have 100 managers that we hire. I'm sorry, that we promote from within
Mhm.
every year, and then we also, with the merger, we've got about 200 managers that we have to train on the Mattress Firm way, and so with 30 trainers, that's gonna be something we have to figure out how to do.
Right. Do you know how many stores Mattress Giant, well, Mattress Firm acquired from Mattress Giant?
Um, 2,000.
2,000.
Mhm.
Okay. So 2,000. That will mean there are 2,000 sales managers,
So there are 2,000 store managers.
store managers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 2,000 store managers. Okay. Great. Okay, so you told me you don't know how much it costs, but it takes time. Well, for a week right now, are you all doing good in the sales from Mattress Giant right now?
We haven't really been able to track that,
Mhm.
just because the merger is so new. We don't have very much data on it. We do expect that the sales for Mattress Giant aren't necessarily going to match the sales for Mattress Firm, but they'll catch up eventually.
Eventually,
Mhm.
yeah, because of the training. After
Mhm.
after training, they
Yeah.
will probably, yeah. Okay, is the training here in the Houston area, or they have to fly somewhere else
Um,
to take the training?
no, so our 30 managers, they travel.
They
They
travel.
travel across the nation, wherever a
Mhm.
district manager um, is going to be located.
Mhm.
Our trainers will travel there.
Okay, so the trainers will go. Let's say, for example, they need someone in Houston. They will fly to
Mhm.
Houston and do the training there.
Mhm.
And how long does the training last? Like for a day, like for the entire week? Is it like a full time schedule?
Mhm.
So it's like from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
8 to 5. Okay, great. Well, I would like to tell you a little bit more about what we're that like why I'm here today,
Mhm.
and I would like to know if I can save you time. And well, you told me that it won't be money because you don't know how much we're talking about right now here,
Mhm.
how much it costs to the company, but definitely time it's a very important asset for you. Saving time will get you faster to this 10% that you mentioned to me before
Right.
to grow your company
Mhm.
for this yearly goal, for your yearly goal. Will this be something you might be interested in knowing more
Um.
about today?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see what you have.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Well, okay, so this is the self leadership separate certification.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this with you today.
Mhm.
And what we offer is a 5-day program, very intense program with three of the best, it doesn't go better than this,
Mhm.
with three of the best professors in the nation
Okay.
for sales. And you can see here is a 5-day program. Each day it's going to involve different subjects. Here we only have space for 20 people,
Mhm.
which is very, exclusive. This is for partners or anyone else who wants to improve their
Mhm.
sales skills, their needs. They're gonna be given tools to perform and then help those salespeople in the stores.
Okay.
So it's a great program. This is what we're offering, and well, I would love to know if you're interested. Bringing some people, probably some people from Mattress Giant that, as you mentioned before, they will need the most training
Mhm.
before.
I mean, is it included in our partnership or is there a cost to it?
It's actually, yeah. Well, it's not included in the partnership.
Okay.
It's gonna be $4,995
Okay.
if you sign up early.
Mhm.
Let's say today or any day this week,
Mhm.
or if you sign late, it will be. If you sign up late, it will be 5,000. Let me write it for you here. five
Mhm.
thousand $495
Okay.
late, and then for the early one will be $4,995
Okay.
early. Let me put it for you here so it's more clear.
And how many people should I
Mhm.
send out?
Well, you can send as many people as you want.
Mhm.
Because let me tell you, it's a great program. Last year we had Ecolab. They came,
Mhm.
and I know for a fact they told us now that they increased their sales as a 15%.
Okay.
So it depends.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not promising you that you're gonna increase
Mhm.
your sales by 15%,
Mhm.
but you can do 20% of increase, or you can do 10, depending what your sales managers how they perform
Mhm.
and the content they take
Okay.
from this program.
Um,
Mhm.
that's a lot of money though because
Yeah.
if I send 10 people out, that's
Mhm.
$50,000.
It's 15. Yeah, that will be $15,000. But
50.
oh, 50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but but well, you told me you your revenue last year was $1 billion,
Mhm.
and you have 2,000 stores, new stores. So I don't think that will be. Well, you're gonna get. I'm just, let me do the math for you
Mhm.
here. 2,000 here. Okay, so you're gonna end up if you do the training with us. 2,000 times. Do you have a calculator?
I don't.
Okay. Okay, well, it's gonna be 1 million. 1 million that you can do for this year. For this only for this week out of this 2,000 stores.
Mhm.
So.
Um, are you sure? Because
Mhm.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So you're gonna be spending only $50,000, and you're
Mhm.
gonna be gaining $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to think about it.
Mhm.
Because $1 million, that's great, but it's
Mhm.
still a substantial investment, $5,000 or more per person that I send. So,
Five thousand. Well, yeah. If you sign up like early
mhm.
today, yeah.
So I
Mhm.
just want to think about it and
Mhm.
see. Um,
And think about it more.
yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna give you. I already gave you my card.
Mhm.
And is it okay? Well, I'll be following up with you next Monday,
Okay.
so you can talk to Ken Murphy about it if you want to, or see and go ask to the stores to go see your sales managers, and we can discuss it. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
So yeah, we can we meet? Yeah. So I'll follow up with you Monday, and I will see you Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for having
Thanks a
me today,
million.
Mrs. Woods.
Thanks.
You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. So I'll give you a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
It seems like you got a little lost during the presentation.
Uh-huh.
So I would just study the product a little more so that you know
Mhm.
what to present and that you can just be smooth and flow a little bit better during this part and then when you're closing as well.
Mhm.
And then also for the spin, I gave you the problem, but you didn't blow it up as big as you
Mhm.
could have. So
Mhm.
just work on
On my math.
yeah, on taking the numbers
I have no
and
idea
knowing
how
how
to do
to
math.
okay.
I have no idea.
um, yeah, I mean we can work on that later if you
Mhm.
want, but just work on how to blow it up
Mhm.
to make it big in my mind.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's it.
That's it.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mrs. Woods.
No, no problem. So tell the next person that I'll come out and get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell them.
Mhm.
Do you wanna keep this?
Do you want your card?
That's fine. If you want, you can. I'll be following up with you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Do I need to be knocking and getting out like a 15 minute? Or do you got that?
Well, I don't have a timer, so
It's kind of hard to do it though. Like,
was that like over?
no, it was short because we started like 3 minutes in.
Okay.
But with since we're just keeping everything recording, we're not stopping and going. Like, it's hard for me to keep 5 rooms at 15 minutes as well. I don't know how you normally do it.
There's supposed to be timers here.
Where are they? Like, where would we keep them normally?
Maybe
Oscar,
Amy has them?
I'll get you some timers. Kyle's using his phone.
Okay. 1 second.
You ready?
No. You? Okay, wait 10 seconds. And then knock and come in. Or I'll tell you to come in.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh, we go like that. Boom.
Come in.
Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Joel Powell.
Joel, nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Thanks for meeting me today. Here's my card.
Thank you.
How's your day going?
Pretty good. It's a little bit of an early start for me, but
Yeah, you're not an early bird?
no, I am not. I'm a night owl.
You're a night owl. Okay. Well, I guess that's how you get so much work done, huh?
Yeah.
That's one reason why you've been so successful, right?
Yeah. I don't have a problem staying late.
Okay. Good deal. Well, hey, per our conversation, this is going to take about 15 minutes, if that's okay.
Okay.
And you know, once we get close to you know, about the 10-12 minute mark, then I'll let us know.
Okay.
So you know, I don't take up too much of your time.
Okay.
How's the weather treating you? You get stuck in any traffic this morning, or?
No, not this morning. Last night I had a heck of a time getting home though. I couldn't
It was
drive.
thunder and lightning.
Yeah, it was pretty
crazy.
bad.
Yeah, man. So your son got accepted to Rhodes College. Congratulations.
Yes,
That's
he
pretty
did.
cool.
Thank you. How do you know that?
Are you pretty proud? I saw you on LinkedIn.
Oh,
And,
okay.
you know, being a football player and getting a
Yeah.
scholarship there. You
Yeah.
know, that's pretty impressive.
We're so excited for him. That was his first choice, so
It's awesome.
that's a really cool thing. I'm excited. I'll have to fly to go to his games, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing like watching your son play some football.
Definitely.
I hope one day to experience the same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm here today, and like I said, I'll take about 15 minutes of your time.
Okay.
Here. I'm gonna see. I'd like to hear more about your some of your training you do with some of your salespeople,
Okay.
and specifically your managers.
Mhm.
And you know, we offer a course that I think might be able to help Mattress Firm, and I just kind of wanted to see if that's a fit, and if you know PES and the University of Houston is able to help you out. So if it's okay, I'll ask you some questions about that. How's business?
Business is going
Just
great.
kind of overall.
Yeah, business is really great. We've had a lot of great things happen in the past 6 months, actually, to be honest. We've reached the $1 billion mark. We
Mhm.
had a great acquisition. We merged with Mattress Giant, and we've got some really great goals for the future as well. So I'm excited.
Like what? What kind of goals?
Well, for us, we're going to focus more on the store level. We've
Mhm.
reached our big goal, our company goal of
Mhm.
$1 billion, but we want to focus now on increasing each store's sales by 10%.
10%.
Mhm.
Okay. What does that look like? Increasing each stores 10% on the average. I know every store is different because of location, but what's the mean? You know, overall. You know, I mean everything from Katy to Westheimer to Beaumont.
Yeah, so every store across the nation averages about $2.5 million in revenue every year.
Every store.
Mhm.
Okay. You said million.
Mhm.
So 10% would be 250,000.
Mhm.
Is that right? Okay. So you're gonna try to raise it. What kind of ways are you you know implementing to raise that 10% to gain that 250,000 per store?
Really, the thing that we're starting to focus on is
If you don't mind, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm gonna take some notes if that's okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. The training.
Training our salespeople to be effective salespeople and our managers to be effective leaders, because those are really the two big pieces of any sales organization. I'm sorry, any organization that sells something.
Yeah.
Is the people who sell and the people who lead the people who sell. So.
Okay. So you mentioned sales training and then manager training. Are they separate in Mattress Firm?
Mhm.
Okay. What's sales training look like, and then what does the manager's training look like?
So our sales training is quite extensive. It's called Flight School.
Okay.
And so basically what that is
There's no flying involved, right?
No,
You
no
don't fly, you
flying
don't fly
involved.
mattresses, right?
There's not quite any flying. But they do take off quite well after
Okay.
they do the training.
And you've had a lot of PES alumni that have taken off quite well, right? Is that correct? People
Yeah.
like Clarissa and Will Pham. Are you familiar with those names?
Yeah, we've got some really great talent out
And then-
of the University of Houston.
That's
program.
awesome. And then, well as Elizabeth Novak, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with her, the intern?
The intern, yeah.
Yeah.
I do know Elizabeth.
So let me ask you, and I'm gonna kind of go off on tangent here. Let me ask you a question. With the 3 or 4 people I mentioned, Johnny Lee, Will Pham, EB, Clarissa, the flight school, as far as the sales aspect goes, what are they? I want you to be honest with me. Are they able to catch on a little quicker, or about the same, or?
So that's one thing that we found with students that we get out of sales programs
Mhm.
in general
Mhm.
is that they take off a little bit faster, but it doesn't last quite as long just because they have the sales training, so that part in our training they don't need as much.
Okay.
But once other associates, salespeople get that training, then they're able to catch up with people who have had it in college.
Does that help you economically? Does that help you? Those people that are able to spin up faster.
Yeah, I mean definitely ramp up time is cut, so
Yeah.
that means more money for us.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, and you were saying so flight school is for the salespeople. What do you have in place for your managers?
For our managers, we actually do a little bit different. There's no online training program or on the job training.
You said no on the job training.
No,
Okay.
so they don't actually do it by trial and error, in opposed to how our salespeople do it in store.
Okay.
For our sales managers, we actually have sales trainers that come in and do classes, individual classes with each of our district managers and regional managers.
What are the names of some of the sales trainers? Is there a company you go to, or do you have the names?
They're in-house.
They're in-house? Okay, so they're all former Mattress Firm employees. Okay. And what kind of training do they have? What kind of background do they have?
So they're all people who have experienced it firsthand.
Okay.
We would never hire someone into that position who hasn't been on the sales floor, hasn't been in a district or regional manager position.
Okay.
We have really great training. It's really extensive. It's in depth. It's one-on-one. It's
awesome.
personal. And we've seen great success with it.
That's awesome. Man, it sounds like you got it pretty squared away, and the in-house thing, that's pretty impressive. I think it takes somebody that's experienced it before, to be able to teach others, from positive and negative things they've done. If you were to wave a magic wand, to make everything perfect, money and time wasn't an issue with your these in-house sales manager trainers. What would you change if there was one thing, small or big?
Honestly, Joel, our training is top notch. It's fantastic. It is
awesome.
The best. If there's anything I could change, I would just have more trainers.
More trainers?
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
We have 40.
You have 40 trainers.
Mm-hmm.
That's for nationwide or just in Texas?
Nationwide.
Okay, 40 trainers. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how much for how long is the training?
It is 1 week.
1 week. Okay, so 40 trainers, 1 week. And how much? What are you looking at as far as salary for these trainers during that 1 week of training where we're bouncing around?
I honestly don't know that number.
Okay. Did you have to fly them, or you have to fly them around different? I'm assuming it's teams or groups. You have to fly them. So I mean, flight costs are probably get somewhat expensive, right?
No, I mean it's worth the cost.
It's worth the cost.
Yeah.
Okay. How so? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I mean, just the one-on-one training that they get from experienced trainers, it really is a return on our investment.
Okay. Okay. And so there's really nothing you would change as far as everything's there's not one thing you would change.
Well, I mean, I would have more trainers.
You would have more trainers. Okay. How about the quality of trainers?
They're fantastic.
More trainers. How many more trainers? If
Well, that's a great question, Joel. we have recently gone through the merger with Mattress Giant,
Mhm.
and with that, we've acquired 200 managers at the district and regional manager level. So the 40 trainers that we have, they're already working with about 100 trainers every. I'm sorry, 100 managers every year.
Okay.
So spreading them, I'm sorry, having them train the people that come from Mattress Giant would be spreading them a little thin.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I see. Are the people from, so you're looking for, how much, so how many more trainers do you think after the merger and between Mattress Giant, Mattress Firm, and the different cultures there? I could see how that would really be difficult,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to do that. And you're spreading them thin is probably bringing training down, the quality of training down less. Is that right?
It could. We haven't necessarily had our trainers work with the Mattress Giant managers yet,
Hmm.
but that's what we're thinking we'll have to do, and if we do that, it will spread them pretty thin
It will
and
spread
bring
pretty.
down the quality.
And it's going to bring down the quality. Do you think that would affect the way they train the salespeople on the front line?
Um,
You know, if you bring down the quality of, if you bring down the quality of, your managers, it could possibly affect the quality of the actual salespeople
mhm.
and the sales training, right?
Yeah, that definitely could be something that happens. Hopefully it wouldn't. You know, hopefully we would be able to overcome that by either hiring more trainers or something. You know, we would, in an ideal world, be able to find a way where we won't have to spread our trainers so thin
Okay.
and
That's your
be
magic wand,
understood.
is kind of not spreading it thin and kind of implementing
Yeah.
some more trainers in there, especially after the merger.
Mhm.
Now, what would you say? Maybe a couple sales a day. This might affect. You know, over the period of maybe a quarter, maybe 2 quarters.
Mhm.
Again, you can't. Every store is different, but each store, would you say it affects maybe a sale or two a day? As
Um,
far as the quality, and maybe you lose a sale because the manager could have tweaked something different with his salespeople.
to be honest, I haven't thought about it that way, Joel, as far as bringing the quality down and losing a couple of sales a day, just because, the way that I think about it, it's more they're still going to work with the trainers that we have are still going to work with the managers that we have.
Hmm.
So it would be the Mattress Giant managers who suffer more, in opposed to our Mattress Firm managers.
Well, still, I mean that affects Mattress Firm. Now it's more
Yeah,
common.
no, definitely it does.
How much does it affect it?
I don't know. Just because we haven't, it's so new. The merger happened in January,
Mhm.
so we don't know how it would affect.
But it can't be positive.
No, it wouldn't be positive.
Okay. So if you were to put a dollar amount to it, what would you put to it?
Um, I don't know. I would just be guessing if I put a dollar amount to it.
Guess ballpark.
I would think maybe it could affect us a couple of percentage points.
Couple percentage point,
Mhm.
like 5%,
No,
a
just a
quarter,
couple.
a couple. So like 2 or 3%.
A couple.
Okay. What if I was to tell you that I have a way to, and Sam, I'm so sorry, we have about 3 or 4 minutes.
Mhm.
I want to be really careful of your time.
Mhm.
This should take me about 3 or 4 minutes just to finish with a couple of points. Is that okay?
Yeah.
If I run a minute over, is that going to be a
I
problem?
actually have a meeting right after you,
Okay.
so.
All right. Well, I'll try to wrap it up. Well, if I was to, I can help you fix just the couple percentage points in the negative.
Mhm.
If I was to present a solution to you to help bring that back to zero, if not positive, would you be interested in hearing that?
Um,
Hearing about options that I could do that?
yeah, I mean, I don't know how that would happen, but
Well, let me show you.
anything. Okay.
I have some information here, and again, I won't take too much of your time. This is our
Okay.
SLC. It's our Sales Leadership Certificate.
Okay.
It's offered this coming May,
Mhm.
and we have 6 professors that have doctors in marketing and PhD, headed by Dr. Mike Ahern.
Mhm.
The team. It's a 5-day course, and these 6 professors, with the education background and experience, especially people like Dr. Ahern and Dr. Wallin,
Mhm.
heading it up. I think that could really, I know it could definitely benefit Mattress Firm, and bringing those couple percentages up, probably to a positive.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with the company Ecolab.
Mhm.
It's a $3 billion company. In 1 quarter, we raised anywhere from 10 to 15%. Some say right about 12 or 13. So we say 10 or 15% in revenue in one quarter. For a $3 billion company, that's $300,000.
From this
And
class?
from that class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. With that same team, and I think this would. Oh, I know this would help your staff spread those, not spread so thin, especially with the merger.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
I mean, that sounds good. How much does it cost?
It's the early bird special is right about $5,000.
Okay.
That's if you sign up in the next 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Now, if you didn't want to be rushed, you can take your time. Then it'd be a little bit more. It'd be 5.5, right about $5,500.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Mhm.
It is a lot of money, but you consider it as an investment. When you think of how much we saved a company like Ecolab, and I can't guarantee 10 or 15%. What I can guarantee is, and it says here some of the managerial stuff. You probably already hit on this, in the courses you have, but this is a more in-depth with extremely educated doctors and professors that go in-depth to it. And I think, over a period of maybe 2 or 3 quarters, I think I know for a fact you definitely get your money's back. It's just a matter of when and how much you implement it.
You know what, Joel? I actually have another meeting right after you, so and I know our 15 minutes is up. Actually, I look at my clock
Okay,
here.
well, I won't take up too much more of your time. How many people are you interested in bringing?
I don't know, Joel. I actually really do have to go, like, right now.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Can I follow up with a phone call next week and maybe take 5 or 10 minutes of your time
That
next
sounds
week?
fine.
Okay, cool. I'll follow up with a phone call. Maybe we can set something up for next week, and I can finish presenting to you the solution and how we can benefit you.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sam.
Do you want a little bit of feedback, Joel? And you want to take your paper back?
At least I knew it. At least I knew it was coming.
I think you did. Oh, the time?
The time.
Oh, yeah.
This didn't catch me off guard.
I think you did well. So the only 2 things that I would say are blow up the number. I gave you like the 2 percentage points.
More trainers. More.
And you didn't listen at all. So the 2 percentage points. So yeah, listen. And when I give you 2 percentage points, blow that up. You have that it's $1 billion, and when I say it'll affect me a couple of percentage points, so that's about $2 million. How do you feel about that?
Mm-hmm.
And that investment compared to the cost of the training course.
See, a couple percentages. I kind of stayed vague.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
Well,
How bad was the time thing? To be honest with me.
well, it's on the grading sheet, so. Yeah. So I mean, if you know you've got a time limit, then get a commitment before time runs out.
Okay. At least I was conscious of it.
Yeah.
At least I knew I was running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job. Can you tell the next person that I will come and get them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sonia, we're gonna get you controller dice. I did better than I thought. Minus, and I saw it. I wrote it down. Decrease in the
University of Houston.
Maria, nice to meet you. I'm Sam. Have a seat.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's fantastic.
I just want to say congratulations on your son making it into Rhodes College. I heard he got a scholarship full ride. How do you feel about that?
I'm so proud of him. How did you know that?
One of Ken Murphy. He told me that.
Oh, okay, Ken. Yeah.
Remember I had called you. He spoke highly of you, and he told me to reach out to you to discuss the product that I want to come in and talk to you about. So he told me about that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, Ken. Yeah, great job for telling you that. We're really excited about my son going to Rhodes and on a full scholarship. You know, that's every parent's dream.
Of course. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, I know for our conversation we agreed upon 15 minutes. I won't take too much of your time. With this meeting, I want to find out a little bit about Mattress Firm,
Okay.
see how business is going, present you with our product, and see if it's a great fit.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Do you mind if I take a few questions?
No.
Not at all? How's business going? Tell me.
Business is going great. You know, we're really excited about you know, the market and the way that Mattress Firm is handling things. Honestly, we couldn't ask for anything better.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that business is growing. Can you tell me a little bit of what kind of program you have in place for your managers?
Like a training program?
Yes.
We have a very intensive training program. It's a little bit out of date, but it's worked in the past. They go through a online training program.
Online training program. What is the cost for this program?
So I mean, it's online. We don't really pay anything for it.
So it's been it was a one-time fee. And how much was that fee?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I didn't implement the training program, so I'm not sure how much it costs.
Okay. Any challenges that you're facing with your current program?
I mean, I wouldn't say that there are any challenges. It has worked in the past. For the direction that we're going with the company, it may be a little bit out of date, but you know, it has worked in the past.
Any improvements that you would like to see?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to update it.
In what way would you want it to work for you? I mean, what kind of what has it been doing for you that you are happy about it? What kind of training has it been giving your managers?
Well, it gives them really in-depth training on business, how to run a business. So, you know, like expenses and accounting and everything that you'll need to know to just run a store. What it doesn't really do is it doesn't really address, you know, people management and how to deal with people, how to motivate them, different things like that.
Okay. On average, since you have some improvements that are needed, are you losing any revenue because of these improvements that are needed to be done?
I mean, we could potentially be missing out on some revenue, but I wouldn't think of it as losing revenue.
What about your efficiency? You know, that time that it takes that manager to catch up, to be at 100% efficiency. Is there a percentage of time, or you know, where they're not at 100% efficiency?
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone is ever going to be at 100%, but if we can increase their efficiency, then that would definitely have a trickle-down effect and increase our sales and help us reach the goals that we have.
What kind of goals do you have for your managers
Um,
on a quarterly basis, or
for our managers,
for your
so we set store quotas for them. So each each store manager is responsible for achieving their quota within their store. On a higher level, we have a few different goals. The biggest one is to, you know, just expand, open up more stores, and be in all 50 states, as opposed to the 40 that we're in.
Okay. On average, how many stores do you open per quarter?
We open about 10 every quarter.
10. So in a year, you're opening about 40 stores. Now, since you're encountering a few disadvantages with your program, because you know it's not up to date, you know it's not teaching them about how to be how to manage people and so forth.
Mhm.
During this time, is there a revenue that you're losing?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't think of it as we're losing any revenue. Um, it's more of just there's certain revenue that we could have if it were more up to date, if we were to, be more effective and open more stores than the 40 that we are right now.
What is that revenue that you would like to have that currently you don't have?
So we would like to add, in opposed to the 40 stores that we're opening every year, we'd like to add about 200 stores. And the revenue associated with each store is about $1.5 million.
$1.5 million.
Mhm.
Okay. What has held you back from doing that?
Um, Really, I think it's just we're not as efficient in our management. So if we were able to increase our management and and their leadership and have them be more effective, then we could improve our processes and open more stores than we are currently.
Okay. So based on what you're telling me, you said that you would, instead of having 40 stores open per year, you would want to have 200 stores, and have a 1.5 million revenue
Mhm.
per store.
Mhm.
So give or take, that will be 200 billion or more that you want in revenue to come in.
Um.
Mm, I'm sorry, that was the wrong amount.
Mhm.
You want 200 stores to come in,
Mhm.
right? And per store you want $1.5 million
Mhm.
to come in. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
Okay. Good.
Okay. It will be around 300 billion that you will want to come in, based on your stores for revenue.
Maybe around 300 million.
Million. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
million,
Uh huh.
not billion. I'm sorry, million.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will want to see 300 million come in for these stores. Is
Mhm.
that what you will want to see come in?
Mhm.
Okay. What if I could present you with a program that is designed to help out your managers be better sales leaders? Would you be interested?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see what you have to offer.
Okay. Well, this is sales leadership certification program.
Mhm.
It's a 5-day program. The average cost is 5,500
Mhm.
per manager that you send out.
Okay.
It is, like I said, a 5-day program. It is going to teach your leaders to be great sales leaders. It's going to teach them how to learn the balance between numbers and relationships,
Mhm.
time management.
Mhm.
It's also going to understand, your market better. So be better business savvy. You mentioned that, how to your managers currently don't understand that, how to run expenses, the accounting part, and how to manage people. So I feel like this program will teach your managers currently how to be better for their sales personnel.
Excuse me.
Would this be something that you would be interested in?
How much did you say it cost?
It costs 5,500. There is an early bird special that it costs. If you sign up early, you get a discount of 500.
Excuse me.
It's okay. And it will be 5,000 per person. So you will save 500. When you look at it, you did mention that you want to be at 300 million.
Mhm.
So therefore, if you were to send 5 of your managers, you would be spending 25,000 to $25,500 to send these 5 managers. In the long run, you're gonna get more than that, back in return. You're gonna get $300 million in revenue. Your stores, you're gonna open more stores. Your sales managers are gonna be more efficient with their sales, and they're gonna learn how to hire and train their sales personnel accurately.
Okay. And it's 5 days. How is it like 8 hours every day, or how long is it?
5:30, 5:30, 8:30 in the morning to 5:30. Breakfast and lunch is included. On graduation night, which it will be Thursday, they will get a dinner
Mhm.
and an award ceremony. And it would also have a follow up to see how your managers are doing. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to give us a call, email us, and we will definitely cater to your needs on what is the problem. And we also follow up with all of our companies that have came out and taken advantage of this great program to see how everyone's doing. It's not just a program that you come in and you take advantage of for 5 days, but we also still follow up.
Okay. 5 days is a really long time to have, my managers out of the store. That's time that they could spend on the sales floor bringing in revenue.
And I understand that, but keep into consideration that the training that they're going to get, it's going to make them better sales managers
Mhm.
and be more efficient and help you bring in that $300 million that you want to bring into your company.
Okay.
So in the long run, that loss of the 5 days, it's not as big as that $300 million that you're currently not getting for your company.
Okay. Well, I mean, that sounds good. I'm not, ready to commit to anything right now, though.
Could I leave you with some information and schedule a meeting for next week and possibly see what you thought about it? And I understand $5,000 is maybe quite a bit that you were not expecting to pay, or the 5 days that you're having to have your sales managers out of the office. Could I follow up with a meeting for next week?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
How is your schedule for next week? Do I check with you or with your secretary?
Yeah, you can check with my admin. I should have something open on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week.
Tuesday or Wednesday, morning or afternoon?
Probably morning.
Morning.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely follow up with your admin. Can I leave you with this?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you can look over it. If you have any questions, here is my business card.
Okay.
And feel free to give me a call, email me, and I'm here for any questions you may have.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank
Thank
you for your time. You have a
Thanks.
great day.
So, I think you did pretty well. The only thing, honestly, that I would
The
change
number?
is, yeah, you seem really nervous. So you were going through like really, really fast, and so it made me kind of lose track of the conversation, and I think it made you kind of lose track of the conversation. Like your questions, you go here, and then you go here, and then you go back, and so just calm down and don't be as nervous, because then that's gonna help you have a fluid conversation.
Okay, so work on nervousness.
Mhm.
See, what threw me off was the fact that, like, whenever this morning, are we still recording?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Whenever this morning we were practicing, Kyle was practicing with Joel, and whenever we asked how is business, we would at least get more than it's just good. We
Mhm.
would get, oh, well, we've increased, the market 150%, or our numbers have increased this much. So we have a little bit of information to keep building from.
Mhm.
So that's where it threw me off a little bit. And then, I know business is growing. Can you tell me a little bit of, what kind of program you have? They would tell us, it's a certain amount. I mean, which of course we're pretending, but we would
Yeah.
have more things to build from, and it was throwing me off. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote down out of date on its online training, and that's why I asked, how much is it and so forth.
So that's just about dealing with different personality types, because some people are gonna have word vomit, and some people are gonna be really tight-lipped. So if there's something in particular that you want to know, just ask it. You don't have to rely on me to, just give it to you, because not everyone will.
Okay. So even though I kept trying to get like a revenue amount and I wouldn't get that, how would I do that?
You can ask me to ballpark it.
Okay, give me a ballpark of what your loss is, or where you would like to be at.
Mhm.
Okay. So instead of me having to too much figure out the number, I could gain a ballpark between 2 to 3 million.
Yep.
Okay. Or 300 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, these I don't like these cheapy calculators. I like my TI-83.
Yeah, the big one?
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
So can you tell the next person to, that I'll come out and get them?
Okay, so overall, did I fail pass?
You definitely didn't fail. Huh. I don't know.
Just work on my nervousness
Yeah.
one time.
That's the biggest thing.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Till the next person. I'll be out in a minute.
Yeah. seconds, and then I'll open the door. Okay. Okay. Come in.
Hi, Ms. Woods. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. My name is Sarah Neal. I'm with the Program for Excellence in Selling at the
Very nice
University
to
of
meet you.
St.
Have a
Tennessee.
seat. Yeah.
Thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing good. It's a little bit of an early start for me, but I'll make it through the day.
This weather's making it hard to wake up early.
Oh yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, definitely.
I was driving down 45 the other day and I saw a mattress firm. They were having a sale and I really need a new mattress. So I was excited to go in there and look for a mattress.
Yeah.
to look
Did
in.
you go in and get one?
No, I'm gonna go look today actually.
Okay.
So
Good.
hopefully-
Yeah, I recommend the Tempur-Pedic.
Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah.
I actually just bought my dog a Tempur-Pedic. So
Okay, so
I
you
figured
should have one
my
too.
my dog is a Tempur-Pedic. I think I need a Tempur-Pedic.
Exactly.
All right. I just want to go over the agenda. I know I talked to you about. I talked to Ken earlier, and he wanted me to talk to you a little bit more about our sales leadership program.
Mhm.
It's going to be a sales leadership certification for your managers
Mhm.
to help them perform better and things like that. Just before we get started, I just want to go over the agenda. I said we committed to 15 minutes. Is that still okay with you?
15 minutes is good, but that is all the time I have.
Okay, great. And before we start, is there anyone else that needs to be in the final decision making?
No, I mean not right now. It's kind of preliminary, but if we do need to involve somebody else, then we can set up another meeting.
Okay, great. And it's okay if I take some notes?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So, how about you tell me a little bit about how the sales are going at Mattress Firm?
Sales are going good. You know, we're really excited about the things that are going on. We've had some really great changes in the past year, so sales are going great.
Great. And with the merger, how many people are you currently employing?
Company wide?
Yeah, I was doing a little research and it said 2,500 about 2,500 with the merger.
2,500 is what we got from the merger.
Okay, so company wide you'd say
We're around 10,000.
10,000?
Mhm.
All right. And I was reading that you have 178 managers. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And then, how does your sales training process go? Like, is it internal, external?
We use
An internal training?
training.
And how is that working for you?
It's going really, really great. We're very satisfied with it.
Okay. And who teaches that?
We have sales trainers who do our sales training.
Okay. And you're pretty satisfied with that?
Mhm.
All right. And how exactly do you go about preparing them? How is that certification, or how does that process work?
So what we do is we have a training class for all of our new managers, and they fly down to headquarters here and participate in our training. It is a week-long training process. It goes over everything from how to manage people, how to manage a business, how to manage yourself, and be as effective and efficient as you can.
Okay. And that's pretty effective for you?
Mhm.
All right. If there's something that could be improved on that training aspect, what would you say could be improved?
I mean it's a really good program.
That's a good program.
Mhm.
All right. Are there any disadvantages of doing it that way?
The only disadvantage that I can really think of is, when we're dealing with the merger, we haven't quite figured out how to train, the people that we're getting from Mattress Giant.
All right. So training the people for Mattress Giant is kind of an issue. Do they have just a different background in training, or?
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure it out and assess it, but the managers that we have from Mattress Giant, they've gone through training already. Some of them have been in those positions for 5, 10 years, and they've been trained in a different way than we train our managers here at Mattress Firm.
And you kind of want to have a basic,
Mhm.
um,
More of a standard
consecutive,
training
train.
process. Yeah.
And what kind of impact do you think that lack of training, um, like the basic standardness has on your employees?
Well, I mean, honestly, not a good one, just because, number one, if people are doing things one way in one store and a different way in another store, it just kind of messes with the cohesiveness and the standardization of things. And then the other thing is, we like to think that we've got things figured out here at Mattress Firm. We've been doing this for a little while, and we know what we're doing. So, the people that we've gotten from Mattress Giant are great, but they're not quite doing things the Mattress Firm way, and that is, an effective way. So,
Okay, do you know about a number that, like how many sales per day or percentage-wise, how that's affecting business?
Sales per day, I'm not sure. I could have put a number on it, but it's probably, affecting. If I took a Mattress Giant store or a former Mattress Giant store compared to one that's always been a Mattress Firm, there's probably going to be a couple of percentage points of a difference just because of the management style.
Okay, so about 2 to 3% difference.
A little more than that, but around there.
All right. And I know you have some of our Program for Excellence in Selling alumni in your company.
Mhm.
They've been doing pretty well, and you're satisfied with them?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. And was their basic training when they started a good example of how you train your Mattress Firm people that have not come from PES?
Well, that's more of sales training. What we're more focused on is management. Mhm.
All right. Well, we have a new program at the Sales Excellence Institute,
Mhm.
and it is specifically for management, and it's a sales leadership certification. This is what Ken thought I should talk to you a little bit about,
Okay.
to kind of get a standard training for, bring your Mattress Giant managers or former Mattress Giant managers up to par with your Mattress Firm managers.
Mhm.
So a little bit about this would be, you know, it goes into detail on how to be a manager, how to teach your salespeople really how to be the best they can be, and how the manager should be in control of the store to be at its most profitable.
Mhm.
And we've done something similar to this with Ecolab, and they've increased their revenue 15 to 20%
Okay.
over their quarters. So, I mean, it has shown to be very effective, and I think it'd be a really great option for Mattress Firm. Is this something you'd be interested in hearing a little more about?
Yeah. I mean, can you tell me a little bit more about who's teaching it? And
Yeah, we have 5 professors that are teaching it. It's Professor Ahern, he's a really, really well-known researcher.
Mhm.
Joel LeBon, Amy Vanderveer, Randy Webb, and Carl Herman. And they are the heads of the Sales Excellence Institute here at the University of Houston.
Mhm.
And they've all had very successful careers. And they've done research to see exactly how the management process should be and see what makes it most profitable
Mhm.
for your company. This is a little bit of the day-to-day actions that we go over. How to be sales leadership, advanced sales strategy, authentic leadership, and putting it to work in the actual store, and how to be, communicating with people correctly.
Mhm.
So here's more of the day-to-day schedule if you want to see that.
Okay. So it's the whole week.
Yes, it's a whole week, and it goes, there's a morning session, lunch, afternoon session, and there's networking in between, evenings.
Okay.
Do you have any questions on anything?
Is this something that is included in our partnership, or do we have
No,
to
this
pay?
it's a separate deal. This is a open enrollment.
Okay.
It's $5,000 a person.
Oh, okay.
It's $5,400 a person, and it's $4,955 if you register early, so you can get the discount. But it is shown to increase probably at least 10% for your revenue, so it kind of pays for itself. Since you said your stores are down about 4% maybe,
Mhm.
the Mattress Giant stores. So it should over time pay for itself. I think it'd be a really great investment for Mattress Firm.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of money for us right now. I'm not really sure if we're ready to make that sort of investment.
All right. Well, um, you did say that losing about 2% from each store that you've recovered,
Mhm.
and how many stores did you take over when you got Mattress Giant?
100.
100. So
Mhm.
that's like about 200% profits that you're losing. Um, so this would easily create like an 80% surplus if you were to think about it in terms of percentage increase.
Okay.
Um, so it really would pay for itself. Also, there's a lot of benefits, you know, by sending your managers to get a little more experience training, they'll be able to manage their salespeople better,
Mhm.
which will help increase sales percentage also. But if you want to take a look and think about it, that would be all right.
Okay, yeah. I'd like
And
to do that.
Ken also thought it was a really great idea, so just might keep that in mind.
Mhm.
And it also comes with the afterwards. It's got a personalized seminar, so you keep up with the professors. You have access to them all the time. And I know you guys have an online school kind of thing that you do with your employees.
Our flight school?
Yeah, so it would be kind of like an extension to that, and a little more just a place for resources, more web blogs that you can talk to other executives about. So get some ideas from that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of good advantages with it. But you want to take some time and meet with Ken maybe about it and
Yeah.
think about it. There's 40 spots available, and it's open on May 6th, but they are going to fill up pretty quick. So if you want to go ahead and get back to me when you can, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll definitely
Or
take a look at this.
can I set up a meeting to follow up with you for next week?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Tuesdays or Thursdays work for you?
You have to talk to my admin, but it's probably gonna be on a Thursday or Friday.
All right, Thursday or Friday. So I'll talk to your secretary
Mhm.
um, and schedule an appointment Thursday or Friday.
Mhm.
And then we can go over, and I'll print up the contract just in case, that way, and that way I can have it ready so we don't waste time. And we can get things going.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay.
It's really short with you.
No, that's not a bad thing. So the only feedback that I have is I don't remember. um, I don't know. I guess you did really good.
Yay.
Yeah.
I was freaking out.
Yeah. No, you did good. Cool. Is there anyone else in your team?
Yes, that's what I kind of was going for too, because she has finance class right after this.
Okay.
Yeah, Lena's. You want to get her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done, right?
No,
No.
I need you one more. You want John Lopez? Actually, that's only one left. I need you to do John Lopez.
Really?
Are you ready?
Can I have like 1 minute?
Like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Class starts in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're the best.
are you doing?
Doing
My name
good.
is John Lopez. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, John. I'm Sam. Have a seat.
Thank you. Do you mind if I take a few notes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, let me start off with my business card just in case you have any other comments, questions after
Fantastic.
the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. How was your day today?
Going pretty good. I've had a lot of meetings, but you're my last one, so that's definitely a good thing.
Okay, it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it ends great.
Mhm.
So I want to thank you for your time. I just want to make sure, do we still have 15 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, if we can make it as quick as possible.
Okay.
But 15 minutes, all yours.
Okay, thanks. Ken Murphy, I actually spoke to Ken Murphy about this program, and he said I needed to talk to you in regards to this, because you would be the final decision maker. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anybody else that needs to be here?
I'm definitely gonna want to, consult back with Ken based on what you present to me. But for right now, this preliminary meeting, I'm the only person who needs to be here.
Okay, so I just want to set up an agenda. I just want to ask you a couple of questions about Mattress Firm,
Mhm.
about the sales,
Mhm.
the sales managers, the training, and see if what I have to offer is fit for you and Mattress Firm.
Okay,
Is
that
that
sounds
okay?
good. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so my first question to you is, how is business going to you, basically?
Business is going good. We've had a lot of really great things happen with Mattress Firm in the past 6 months. Honestly, we've reached our big goal of $1 billion in revenue. We just acquired Mattress Giant, so we merged with them, and we're just really excited about moving forward in the future.
Okay, with acquiring Mattress Giant, how many more stores have you opened up?
We've opened up, we've acquired 50 new stores.
50 new stores?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, what are some long-term goals that you have with Mattress Firm?
One of the biggest things we're focusing on is more on the store level, in opposed to, company wide now, because we've reached that $1 billion mark. So now we want to make sure that each store is able to grow individually. And one of the goals that we have is to grow each store's revenue by 10%.
10%.
Over, a longer period of time, not just in the next year, but 10%.
10%.
Mhm.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit more about the merger with Mattress Giant? How is that going for you?
It's going great. I mean, we're so excited about it. It really is one of those things that's going to help us just expand and grow over the next few years. We've got some really really great things going on as far as like expanding into all 50 states, in opposed to the 40 that we're in, and the
Okay.
merger is going to help us do that.
Okay. So I know you have an in-house training program.
Mhm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your training, and how are the Mattress Giant employees
Training
working?
for our salespeople, or
Or your salespeople?
salespeople go through a training program called Flight School.
Mm-hmm.
It's an online training program. It's a 6-week training program, and it really just gives them a crash course on how to, how to sell, how to product knowledge, and knowing about mattresses, and then how to manage themselves and be effective salespeople.
Okay. So it's roughly like around a month, you would say, the training, correct?
Yeah, it's not like a month like in a classroom or anything. It's online, it's in store, and then there are a few in class days.
Okay. So with that, how many managers do you have in the stores, in every store in
Um,
Mattress Firm?
so the way it works with us is we have 4 salespeople in
Mhm.
each store, one store manager, and then one district manager that manages 4 stores.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then I know you mentioned that for your salespeople, you have the flight training program.
Mhm.
What about for your sales managers? Do they have any sales training at all?
Yeah, so we promote from within. So all of our sales managers started out as salespeople and went through the online training, the flight school. Once they do reach that manager level, we do more training with them on not just how to sell and manage a store, but how to manage people who
Okay.
are going to be selling and managing a store. And that's a training class. So we actually have in-house trainers that travel to each manager as they've been promoted to train them on how to be managers.
So if I can offer you a program that can help you train your sales managers to be greater leaders in a shorter amount of time, you said it takes you up to roughly around a month for their training. And
that's for salespeople.
Salespeople. Okay. Salespeople. It also includes salespeople who want to train into going into sales managers.
Okay.
I know it takes up your time. This program that's offered by SEI, the Sales Excellence Institute. It's an umbrella branch from the Program for Excellence in Selling.
Okay.
I know you have a lot of students who intern with Mattress Firm and are current employees, top performers.
Yeah, we have a lot.
So pretty much this is gonna be for your company, basically touching bases in the same thing.
Okay.
It's gonna be 5,500 per employee. But if you decide to sign up early, it's gonna be roughly around 4,900. So you get like around a $500 discount for every employee.
Okay. That's a lot of money. I'm not sure if we're gonna be, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable making that sort of investment for training.
Well, like I said, it's like basically the same training we offered all the PES students that we had that currently work with you. We have top professors teaching the course, and I mean it's more hands-on. You don't really see that with a lot of training courses. You have a lot of hands-on. We have workshops. We have role plays and one-on-one training.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, I mean that sounds good. It's still a lot of money, so I'd love some time to just think about it.
Okay. Would you like to set up another meeting?
Yeah, no, that sounds fine.
Okay. This next week on Tuesday sound good to you?
I'm not sure what my calendar looks like, but you can check with my admin and she'll set something up probably on Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday? Would it be better to have something in the morning or in the afternoon?
Probably morning.
Morning? Okay, this 10 o'clock sound okay to you?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but you can check with my admin and she'll get you the time.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay.
And I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So do you want a little bit of feedback?
Yes.
Thought you did good. So what I would improve on is asking more problem and implication questions because you did a lot of situation, but didn't move down the funnel too much. So work on figuring out some good problem and implication questions. Okay?
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Good job. There you
Thank
go.
you. How long was that?
I'm not sure. It was less than 15 minutes because I was timing it.
Was it too short though?
The presentation was a little short, but I mean, you guys aren't like super trained on the product, so it doesn't matter.